remember the kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow. Try to remember the kind of September when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember the kind of September when you were a tender and callow fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow. Follow. Try to remember when life was so tender that no one wept except the willow. Try to remember when life was so tender that dreams were kept beside your pillow. Try to remember when life was so tender that love was an ember about to billow. Try to remember, and you remember, then follow. Follow.
Deep in December, it's nice to remember, although you know the snow will follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember without a hurt. The heart is hollow.
Deep in December, it's nice to remember the fire of September that made us mellow. Deep in December, our hearts should remember and follow. Follow.
And now the purple dusk of twilight time steals across the meadows of my heart. High up in the sky, the little stars climb, always reminding me that we're apart. You wander down the lane and far away, leaving me a song that will not die. Love is now the stardust of yesterday, the music of the years gone by. Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you when our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. But that was long ago. Now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside a garden wall. When stars are bright, you are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale, a paradise where roses grew, though I dream in vain. In my heart it will remain, my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain.
There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that she turns out to be someone who will watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the woods. I know that I could always be good to one who will watch over me. Although I may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, her heart I'll carry the key. Won't you tell her please to put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone who'll watch over me. Although I may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to her heart I'll carry the key. Won't you tell her please to put on some speed, follow my lead? Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Someone to watch over me.
Take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance.
Time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along.
I hope
Tell
you
me
dance.
who wants to look back on their years and
I hope
wonder
you
where those
dance.
years have gone.
I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, dance. I hope you dance. I hope you
Time is a
dance.
wheel in constant motion,
I
always
hope you
rolling
dance.
if I ever meet Leanne, I will let her know.
Oh my God.
She'd be very happy to know that.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
So I said, listen, and I said something about going to somebody's funeral or something. I said, man, I said, bring my flowers now while I'm living. Bring my flowers now while I'm living. I won't need your love when I'm gone. Don't spend time, tears, or money on my own breathless body. If your heart is in them flowers, bring 'em home. All the miles cast a long shadow. I'd take a couple back if I could. I'd have learned to play guitar, tell my daddy more I loved him. But I believe for the most part I done good. There's always sunrise and rainbows and babies and the little things I cherish on my way. Even though one day they'll bury me and Jessie Ray, I just know we're gonna ride again someday. Bring my flowers now while I'm living. I won't need your love when I'm gone. Don't spend time, tears, or money on my own breathless body. Well, if your heart is in them flowers, I bring 'em on. Days are long, but the years are lightning. They're bright and they will never strike again. I wish I'd been a better friend, a better daughter to my mother. There's no going back when your back's against the wind. So if you've got love, then you're sitting on a gold mine, and you can't take it with you when you go. So don't wait, help your sister, forgive your brother and your neighbor. We all think we've got the time until we don't. Bring my flowers now while I'm living. I won't need your love when I'm gone. Don't spend time, tears, or money on my own breathless body. If your heart is in them flowers, bring 'em home. If your heart is in them flowers, I bring 'em home.
has just begun. Beneath the moonlight or by the warming sun, I seek to hold you in sunshine or in rain. Beneath the heavens, I'm coming home again. So far we've drifted like ships upon the sea, horizons fading, we lost our destiny. The storm clouds hover, our vanity like pain, which held back the winds that bring us home again. When I see now the swallows in their flight, watch the moon dance on oceans in the night, the trees reach upward to help the birds to fly. What of the creatures who'll hear them when they cry? Walk the hillsides like lost souls in the night, and in the darkness we're searching for the light. And in the morning, like freshly fallen dew, much like a moon's breath, I'm coming home to you. This journey's over, another's just begun. Beneath the moonlight or by the warming sun, for I remember that if my heart be true, just like an eagle, I'm coming home to you.
Yes, I understand that every life must end. As we sit alone, I know someday we must go on. Oh, I'm a lucky man to count on both hands the ones I love. Some folks just have one, yeah, others they got none. Stay with me, oh, let's just breathe. Practiced all my sins, never gonna let me win. Under wonder everything, just another human being. Oh. Yeah, I don't wanna hurt. There's so much in this world to make me bleed. Stay with me, oh, all I see. Did I say that I need you? Did I say that I want you? Or if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come clean, I wonder every day as I look upon your face. Everything you gave and nothing you would take on. Nothing you would take. Everything you gave. Did I say that I need you? Oh, did I say that I want you? Oh, if I didn't, I'm a fool, you see. No one knows this more than me. As I come cleaner. Nothing you would take, everything you gave. Oh, hold me till I die, meet you on the other side.
Selfless, compassionate, and full of love, always lifting others, always cheering for us, and always making sure no one was left behind. For Mom, she was happiest when she could move gracefully in the background, letting others shine. And even though she didn't want a grand farewell, she did give us a blessing for a get-together. And I believe this poem by David Harkins, "You Can Shed Tears That She Is Gone," perfectly captures how she would have wanted us to say our farewells. You can shed tears that she is gone, or you can smile because she lived. You can close your eyes and pray that she will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all she's left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see her, or you can be full of the love you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday. You can remember her and only that she's gone. Or you can cherish her memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back. Or you can do what she'd want, smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. This poem captures so much of Mom's spirit. She wouldn't want us to dwell in her passing, but to smile, open our hearts, and move forward with love. Today we're doing precisely that, honoring her in the way that she would have quietly appreciated. No grand gestures, just the people she cherished most gathered together to celebrate the beautiful rhythm of her life, a life filled with grace, love, and quiet strength. My mom was undoubtedly the most loving person I've ever known. She embodied humility and gentleness. Her compassion and generosity were boundless. She was kind-hearted, nurturing, patient, empathetic, and warm. Her presence was a source of comfort and strength for all who knew her. Even the dog she cared for at the shelter. She was a devoted wife, mother, grandmother, sister, daughter, and a cherished friend to everyone lucky to know her. Her presence was a source of comfort and strength for all who knew her. She was quite simply an angel walking amongst us. Some of my earliest memories of Mom go back to Delfield Drive. Even back then, I was an impossible child. Mom used to, still yes. Mom used to laugh even up until her final days as she told me how I'd ask her to catch the birds or move the sun because it was in my eyes during stroller rides. And when I recently looked back at a picture of myself in that stroller, I couldn't help but laugh. That kid does look like a handful. I guess I just believed Mom could do anything, and in many ways she really could. I remember my first day of preschool, clinging to her leg and refusing to let go. The teachers had to pry me off her leg while I cried. I never wanted to let go. That was Mom. She made you feel so safe and loved like nothing you could ever go wrong with when you were with her. Delfield Drive was always an exciting time and place. I recently went back through our old photos and 8mm videos looking for pictures of Mom. It was an immediate flashback to the 70s, complete with shag hair, carpet, funny-looking haircuts, bell-bottom pants, and velour. It was so touching to see all of us playing as young kids under the watchful eye of Mom and Dad. And then I found the video. It was a video that involved our toy horse Trigger. This kid-sized plastic horse with giant springs attached and mounted to each corner post. This toy was the primary entertainment for us kids back then. We all seemed to love bouncing up and down on Trigger. So the next thing I see is myself riding Trigger and immediately wondering, what is going on here? Did we run out of diapers or something? Not only was I riding it naked, but I was also holding on with one hand while the other hand was, well, not on the horse. I kept asking myself, why was Dad filming this? And why does Dad keep panning over to see Mom's reaction? Mom, of course, couldn't bear to watch her son and covered her eyes in embarrassment. Watching these videos, I could see how much Mom loved her kids, always keeping a watchful eye over us and making sure we were okay. Later, when we moved from Delfield to Mason Lane, leaving was tough, but it wasn't long before Mom found a new way to make the new place feel like home. Mom was always there, even during our high school years when we were starting to get more daring. When that impossible child turned into that impossible teen. I'll never forget when Brian and I told Mom we were working on a science project for school and convinced her to water our seeds in styrofoam cups in the solar room. In authentic 60s and Woodstock spirit, we had also set up a portable grow lamp in our friend's basement. As you probably figured out by now, this wasn't exactly the science experience we led her to believe it was. Mom finally figured this out when one of our friends' mom informed her of a large plant growing under a blanket in the basement. But that was Mom. She loved and trusted us, including our friends Darren, Paul, and JT, even when we might not have deserved it. She loved our friends as if they were her own kids, always making sure that they were all right. But her greatest influence on me was when I entered my college years. She was first of all relentless, on my case about college applications, essays, and ensuring I gave it my all. I believe I was grounded several times and not allowed to hang out with friends until I got my applications done. She made me apply to over 10 schools, and I got accepted to every one of them. She guided me towards SUNY JSCO based on it being one of the best and the 3-2 engineering program of Clarkson University. So for the first 3 years at SUNY JSCO, I was majoring in physics. This was not what I dreamed of studying, but was part of the core classes that I had to take for engineering. I remember feeling completely out of place with all these super bright students in difficult classes. I'll never forget the phone call that I made to Mom one night. Crying, overwhelmed, ready to give up. I told her that I wasn't doing well and I didn't think that I was going to get accepted to Clarkson. Mom calmed me down and she reminded me of who I was, everything I'd already accomplished, and all the talents that I possessed. She believed in me in a time that I didn't believe in myself. I buckled down, locked myself in the science buildings, and gave it my all. Her belief in me carried me through this critical point in my life. Without her, I wouldn't have made it through SUNY Geneseo and Clarkson University to become who I am today. I never told her this until our last days together. And as hard as it was to say goodbye, I thanked her with all my heart. I've never cried harder in my life thanking somebody, but she just smiled and said she always believed in me. My mom just didn't impact my life. She touched the lives of so many others. For over 29 years, she worked as a special education teacher at BOCES, a place dedicated to providing special needs students with the education, tools, and support they required to proceed in life. I remember how she'd come home and tell us stories about the funny tricks her students would play or the challenges they faced. Through every word, they could hear how deeply she cared for each one of them and how much she had for her work. She saw potential where others saw obstacles and dedicated her life to ensuring those students knew they could do great things. I often wondered why my mom worked when she didn't necessarily need to, but of course, it wasn't about the need, it was about her desire to help others. She was driven by her heart, always looking for ways to lift people up, whether they were students or family or later in life, even animals. For this, I am so incredibly proud of her. After she retired, Mom didn't slow down. She simply focused her focus to another passion, volunteering at Pasco Animal Services. Pasco County Animal Services in Florida is a shelter that provides a second chance for dogs and cats who are lost, stray, or abandoned. Their mission is to save 90% of the animals that come through their doors, and Mom made sure to play her part. There she became a voice for animals that had no one else, watching dogs that others found too intimidating or timid, giving them the love they so desperately needed. Mom often talked to me about the dogs, and it was clear how much joy it brought to her. At this shelter, she found her beloved dog, Queso, a sweet soul she gave a loving home to, and that my sons and I loved so much. Several days after Mom passed, my dad, my brother, Brian, and I visited the shelter to meet her co-workers and to see the place that had become such a big part of her life. Walking through the dog kennel, we heard the dogs barking, yearning for attention, just as Mom had described. It was heartbreaking to see, but it also made me appreciate her work even more. Walking those dogs 3 times a week, giving them love, hope, and a bit of freedom outside their cages. The rewards of her volunteers touched us in so many ways. Many of them were unable to make it to the celebration today. But I wanted to share some of their kind words. One of her co-volunteers, Lucia DeRosa, wrote, "Our PCAS circle has lost a very special woman. For us, Ellen's fellow walkers, you were always happy to be serving a shift with her. A woman not bigger than me, known to walk any dog. Did not matter. Did not matter the size, weight, look on their face, lack of desire to come out of the kennel. Did not matter if kennel card marked strong, needs a redirecting, etc. She always had her nail clippers on her and never hesitated to give a trim regardless. She was fearless. I watched her take out the most timid and afraid, most intimidating looking that wouldn't come out for anyone. She would just open the door, put the lead on, off they went. It always made me chuckle to watch her march off with her perfectly sleek bob, swinging side to side in 100% humidity. And she was approximately 7 years old when I met her in 2021. Ellen dedicated many years and many miles on the trail of PCAS. Her loss will be felt by so many, including all the dogs she loved so much. Most of us like to have this vision, hope of wagging tails and kisses when we get to the gate. I'm pretty sure our friend had packs and packs waiting to smother her with kisses for all the years of love she gave to so many. Another co-volunteer, Danny Reich, also sent me a message describing how they didn't have enough volunteers at PCS one day. It was only Danny by himself, and Mom answered the call and came in to help. Danny and my mom locked every dog in the kennel for over 5 hours. Danny commented that he could barely keep up with Mom, who was much older than him. Her kindness and strength were two of her qualities that he admired so much, and she kept volunteering right up until the day she complained of abdominal pain, the same pain that would eventually lead to her diagnosis. Hearing those stories made me realize how much Mom's presence will be missed, not just by us, but by everyone whose life she touched, both people and animals alike. During her last days, we gathered by her bedside. She kept emphasizing the importance of the simple things in life: family, love, and connection. Although she lost her ability to eat and drink in her final days, the bonds of love and connection she felt with her family brought her peace and comfort. We spent the final moments listening to music, her last party, and she requested one last song, "I Hope You Dance" by Leanne Womack. It was a song we didn't expect. We didn't even know she liked country music, but it captured so much of who she was and what she wanted for us. As we sat together listening as a family, I realized how much she had lived by those words, encouraging us all to keep dancing through life, no matter what. Today, we're not here to be sad that she's gone. We're here to smile because she lived. We are here because she danced through life with love at every step. So let's share our stories, laughs, and memories, because if there's one thing I know for sure, she would want us to keep dancing, loving, and smiling just like she did. So thank you all for being here. Mom would have been 73 this past Thursday, so it feels right to wish her a happy birthday in heaven. We'll sing her happy birthday in just a moment, but right now, if anyone wants to share memories or stories on Mom, we'd love to hear them. Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce my Aunt Nora. This is one of my mom's sisters. Thank you, Aunt Nora.
I just have to do one thing on behalf of Melanie. When we always talked about getting older together, us siblings, Ellen made Mel promise that she would check her chin to make sure she didn't have any hair. So I'm just going to check the picture to make sure. Ellen, there's no chin hair. I'm going to try and get through this, and if I can't, my son Nick is going to be available. I recently saw a quote: "A sister is God's gift to make sure we never walk alone." Today our hearts have a big hole. Our Ellie, our Pudsey Zay, our Beagle Orange left us. She was our sane sister. She was quiet, low-key one who preferred to stay in the background and take everything in and be the voice of reason. Ellen was selfless and showed everyone unconditional love. She never judged people or thought she was better than anyone else. Ellen had a way of making everyone feel welcomed. Our memories of her and the times we shared will never fade. My siblings and I would like to share some of those memories with you. When Ellen was little, she learned early on that you had to hide things in a safe place from her sisters. Under her pillow was her favorite spot. She hid ice cubes under her pillow and woke up the next day and was crying, wanting to know who stole her ice. She liked to hide chocolate under her pillow, which of course melted. And when my father had tucked them, all the siblings in at the end of the night, he got a handful of chocolate, and I won't tell you what he thought. Ellen was always present to care for her younger siblings, and boy, did we test her during our teenage years. When Eddie and Jerry picked fights with the girls and we tussled, she would break us apart and try and break up the arguments and the fights, and all of a sudden she'd yell, "Hold on, time out, I'm going to throw up." That made everyone scatter. Another time she caught Ben during a pillow fight with his friend and feathers flying everywhere. Ellen caught them and made them pick up every little snibble. Ben says he never forgets the word snibble because Ellen told him the vacuum was broken and he spent a very long time getting every little snibble. Ellen loved to cook and bake. My sister Melanie and I asked her if she could help us make an apple cinnamon cake or pie. We started talking about dating guys and screwed up the ingredients. We ruined the apple pie. I've never seen Ellen so angry. She got so mad she chased us out of the kitchen with her rolling pin and told us we weren't serious bakers. To this day, I'm still a rotten cook, and I'm glad she thoroughly enjoyed my stories about cooking disasters through the years.
I made a declaration that any Filipino doctor connected to this Moore family, the third guy, would be a crazy fool. I made that. But anyway, I had a conversation with Jane, very casual, and Jane asked me, would you like to date my younger sister? Of course, being cordial about the whole thing, I asked Jane, how old is your sister? I said, 17 and a half. So I start saying, I replied politely, I said, no, Jane, they cannot do that. So I walked around, continued my rounds, and reflecting on that conversation, I said, gosh, I'm a young doctor, still in training. I still have a long ways to go. And if I ever dated this, I would probably be deported. That's true. And, where was I? I thought that a minor slip would be catastrophic. A year later, about spring of 1970, I happened to be in a parking lot on a residential complex for a resident doctor at St. Peter's Hospital. I was there standing, and I happened to glimpse on a stairwell. And through a clear glass window, I could see this woman coming down. And that really caught my attention right there. And at the time, she was on a date with another classmate of mine. I soon found out very quickly that was Jane's sister. I said, from a giveaway to never date anybody that I wanted. I mean, I could have dated her then. I really thought about that. I said, God, I should have dated this woman. So there was a long way. And my best chance was to get close to somebody, which was Nancy. They are the best of buddies. They are the best. So, even before I could ask for Ellen's name, I stammered asking for Ellen's name. Nancy already knew who I was after. So there was this going after my sister. I thank you so much. The following year, we had a double wedding. Thanks to Nancy and Jess. Thanks for that double wedding. It really, really helped. Where was I now? I keep thinking about it, thing. It's still vivid in my mind. It just doesn't go away. The following year, we got married. Again, she said, double wedding, right? She said, thank you for that. Double wedding, you get that. The following year after that, on our anniversary, I said to Alan, look, looks like I have cherished this union for 1,000,000 years. I really enjoy this thing. The years went by. We moved from cold Albany to Boston and to my warm place, Tampa. We traveled so many places, continents, islands, whatever. It was soon revealed that I was set in a trap. The two sisters were really planning on this thing. I never knew until at that time. All the troubles I went through. It was such a, whatever. It was an adventure for me. Thank you so much, though. Today, we brought out Ellen back, join her son, our son, her family, Bob and Jane. And I say farewell to her for the 1,000,000 years and 54 years and 54 days that I spent with her. Thank you.
Okay, so I think it's time for a little birthday wishes for Mom. So if we can gather towards the back there, we'll wish her happy birthday. Thank you all for attending today, and please enjoy the rest of the music and drinks.
We're going to sing my mom happy birthday. Today would have been her 73rd birthday. It was Thursday, actually. Her first birthday in heaven. So ready?